Wayne. I'm a nutter. I'm a psychopath. I'm a lunatic. I'm criminally insane. I'm not joking. I'm actually here today on day leave with an escort. So let's get everything out of the way. What's on computer and on paper. I'll let you introduce yourself, sir. I'm Wayne. I'm actually a nice person. I'm a good guy. I'm a volunteer. I'm part of the recovery community where I'm from. So like I said, my name's Wayne. I'm 41 years old. And for as long as I can remember, I've been struggling with, denying, trying to understand and accepting that I've got mental health issues. I first got put in services when I was 15. When you walked in then, it was tranquilizers. Right, let's subdue it. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. So I couldn't talk. Ligactyl shuffle, anybody heard of it? You couldn't move your arms when you walk, your feet shuffled. So days, weeks, months later, Wayne's well, he can go now. That was my recovery. So back out into community and I thought, this is no life. I stopped taking them meds. How do I manage it myself? I'll self-medicate. And a few people have mentioned it today, self-medication. So I smoked pot. Started off with pot, then I needed something stronger. Heroin. And again, more labels, smackhead, junkie, druggie, lunatic, or as friends, so-called friends would say, Wayne Looney, Wayniac. So in and out of services. After a bit, like I say, when I first come in, there was only really the label schizophrenic. So first of all, I was a schizophrenic. Then it was a schizoaffective disorder. Now we understand that I've got bipolar. So I don't know what you know about bipolar, so I'll try and explain it as quick as I can. Bipolar used to be called manic depressive. So manic, when people say I've had a manic day, I have a little chuckle, because to me manic was doing a 5-man job, 100 miles an hour. I needed 3 groups of friends, 8 hours a shift, so I could burn them all out. 100 miles an hour, everything was great, it was like the best drug in the world. Nothing could affect me, nothing could touch me. I was the funniest person in the world. I could make the world laugh, nothing could hurt me. It was great. There's no feeling like it. But then, bang, I fell off my cliff. I hit the darkness. I wanted it all to end. I had no friends, I had no job. I wasn't funny, nothing was funny. I just wanted it to end, I wanted my life to end. I hid away. So of course, back in services again. Thankfully, medications changed. Like I say, at first it was liquid cosh. Then they tried, right, when he's depressed, we'll give him an antidepressant to bring him up. But then, when you're manic, you need something to bring you down. So again, it's mixing them drugs. So you're virtually a guinea pig at first. So again, back in services, taking these tablets, having the mixed effect, then having side effects, then again, putting weight on, not being able to move, coming out again. So back on self-medication. About 10 years ago, things changed. I got a new drug come out, mood stabilizer, so I could just take 1 tablet twice a day, and I can have a life. So I thought, I've cracked it. I'm recovered. I went back out into community. I'm back in again. Because not only, like I say, at the moment, I feel like I've got more labels than Debenhams, because I'm bipolar, I'm a recovering addict, sorry. I'm also, because of my illness, taking things to the extreme, my personality turns to the extreme, so I've also got a personality disorder. So it's quite a mixed bag. So coming back in, I come to an hospital. I'd mentioned earlier on, I'm with an escort who's brought me here today. The hospital I went to, so if your family's ever having problems and going through things and they need some help, need some support, we'll put them in an hospital. What's the best place to put them in? We'll put them in a hospital with 15 other people who've got loads of other problems as well. So obviously I'm going there, I'm thinking, I'm taking my medication, I've recovered. Why am I back here? So you have a ward round, you see your doctor, your team, your team, once a month. So I'd walk in there, there'd be my consultant, my psychiatrist, my psychologist, oops, hey, it's all kicking off, my social worker, the unit manager, my name nurse, and I was sat on this side of the table. It was like a judging panel. And then I realised they already had the meeting. I'd come in afterwards and they'd let me know what they'd decided about my life. I'm like, you what? I know me, I know what I want. My shared pathway. Everybody spoke today about things that have worked for them, but the most important part is you. You know what you want. Maybe you need the help to get what you want. As long as I'm not asking to go to the moon, then they're saying, Wayne, I think you've relapsed again. Do you know what I mean? But for me, I wanted more than people telling me you need to do this, because like a few people brought it up earlier on, you're only getting told this is what you are, not what I could be. And I wanted people to believe in me, people to trust in me. So again, back to recovery. It was a struggle in that hospital. And then it's quite a big hospital. There's 90 odd patients there, service users, lads. There was a small recovery team that had started up. That small, there was actually a drug and alcohol officer and one other person. And I started hearing these things about recovery. I don't know if you've heard of like Red Rose, Luff, CSI. Started going to these things, going to like a recovery cafe, going to a dry disco, a rave, whatever you want to call it, and getting involved with them, seeing other people and realising I'm not alone. Don't get me wrong, medication is important for me, but it's not the be-all and end-all. There's more than tablets. Just as important is what's going on, what you guys are all involved in, what you guys have been sharing your stories today. So, from it being so difficult, because they must have thought when I was at the hospital at first, what we got here, because I was coming across and realised that was my, I want more. No, that ain't good enough. Why can't I? I used to walk around with a phone, a Nokia 1 with my name on the back. You can't have social, well, it's a future. In this day and age, everything's risk assessment. I'm classed as a vulnerable adult. Can I go out when it's dark? Ooh. Who's that on? If I fall over in the dark, who's that on? Is that on my doctor? I'm going to fall over in the dark. Sometimes we all fall over, we all trip over, we all do things, don't we? So it's getting through them. And this little recovery team started getting us involved. And things are changing now. When I walk into my ward round, I'm sat in the middle. I'm sat in the middle because it's about me. Everything is discussed in me. And in life, I'm not going to get everything I want, but I'm part of that discussion. So with that, I'd just like to say, I've mentioned twice I'm with an escort today. I challenge anybody here to point out who my escort is. Because it's not us and them. It's us now. Because that's how we roll, and that's how every service should be rolling. And I'm sorry, I know a lot of you got ligature on and you've got it for a reason, but it's one of my bugbears, because years ago, when I was first coming to these places, the person with ligature was going, just letting you know I'm not the nutter, I'm with the nutter. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it can feel. Do you know what I mean? And it is, and I understand, please don't look down at your ligature and pull it off and try and snide it behind your pocket, because, you know, it is what it is. So, how long have I left, mate? 5 minutes or 5 minutes. Right, I want to put a little bit of a story in there. I play football. I think I'm a good player, but I'm not. I'm all mouth. Good talker. I was in an hospital, and someone asked me to come play for him. They was going, play for a county league football side? He's in a hospital. I was going, yeah, I'm just playing football. So I had to have meetings for it, meetings upon meetings. I missed all pre-season. 3 games in, decided I could go play for this football team. I knew one guy who was the assistant manager. So when I've got there, all these guys, all young kids, 18 to 21, they call me granddad. After I got to know them, it's all kicking off. So when I've got there, well, it was decided at first, that I had to go with 2 escorts, a driver and an escort. I'm line of sight. When I say escort, they're a support worker, but it's about risks and stuff like that. So I've gone there with 2 females. No one knows me. All I know is a nutter's coming. So when I get there, they're all in changing rooms. I'm with 2 females, so I can't be out of line of sight. So I can't even go in the changing rooms. So they've had to throw me the stuff outside. I'm getting changed outside. We're doing the warm-up, tumbleweed. They don't know what to say. He's a lunatic. Anybody ever seen one flew over a cuckoo's nest? Whoa! So we're doing this warm-up, and this one young lad, he'd been out on the ale the night before, he's still a bit tipsy. And he just come out with something, and he just went, so mate, you ever been in a straitjacket? And it just went quiet, and I burst out laughing. But it broke the ice. At the end of the game, I was fortunate to start. And at the end of the game, someone went, you don't play football like you've got mental health problems. What am I meant to play like if I've got mental health problems? You know, pick the ball up and just run. I don't know what I was meant to have done. But what I'm getting at the end of that year, it's about education. At the end of that year, them lads had come to me and told me about some of their families and what they'd seen. They'd come. I was then privileged to be a coach. They used to come to my sessions and help out, and it opened their eyes. This education. And this is what this is all about for me, this recovery. We're educating people. We're walking tomorrow in Blackpool on a recovery walk. It's my first one with my new brothers and sisters, and I can't wait. But it's more than that. What it is tomorrow, it's a walk for our future. I've been Wayne, thanks for listening.